Kobe Bryant had a wonderful 20-year-long career. He was a persistent player known as a lethal scorer. Sadly, on the 26th of January 2020, he passed away in a tragic helicopter crash. His 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, and 7 others were also killed in the crash. It's been 3 years since that horrifying day, so let's take a look back on Black Mamba's greatest NBA career moments. And remember, dedication sees dreams come true. Did you know that Kobe scored a record 81 points in a single game? That's right, Black Mamba made the scoreboard look like one out of a video game. On January 22, 2006, the Lakers went up against the Raptors. And before the match, Bryant turned the match's difficulty down to rookie. He made 28 out of 46 shots. Throughout the brilliant 42 minutes, he added 18 free throws. In the third quarter, he scored 27 points, and in the fourth, another 28. He made it look like child's play. But let's not forget about his 2 assists. This 81-point match was the most points scored in a single game in Lakers history. It is also the second highest score in history, just behind Wilt Chamberlain's legendary 100-point mark in 1962. Kobe averaged a league-best 35.4 points per game in that season. But that 81-point match is what made his season so much sweeter. The Lakers beat the Raptors that night 122-104, and to this day is considered by many as one of the greatest matches in NBA history. Although a month before this legendary match, Bryant had another tremendous game. In December 2005, Kobe scored 62 points against the Dallas Mavericks. This match isn't as well known as the previously mentioned one, but it may have been even more spectacular than the 81-point game he had a month later. In this game, Bryant scored 62 points, with only 31 shots and 32 minutes of gameplay. At the end of the match, the Lakers were so far ahead, Kobe sat on the bench for the entire fourth quarter. In fact, Kobe scored more points at the end of the third quarter than the entire Mav team, with them sitting on 61 points before the final quarter. That's quite impressive. Something else that is quite impressive is the Game 7 alley-oop. Yes, Kobe is well known for his scoring ability, but one of his most famous playoff moments came in the form of a pass. In the deciding Game 7 of the 2000 Western Conference Finals, Bryant and his team were in a tight match. The Lakers and the Portland Trail Blazers were neck and neck. With only a minute to go, the Lakers were up by 4 points. Bryant dribbled the ball into the lane, lobbed up a high-arching pass. Shaq leaped into the air and with one massive hand grabbed the ball and dunked it. The crowd went wild. And so the iconic alley-oop clinched the win for the Lakers.
Did I miss anything while I was gone?
Just another one in many.
Oh, okay.
Kobe Bryant, 28 for 46 from the field. This would be 18 for 20 from the line and an 81-point game. 55 in the second half.
You got to get him out of the game. Somebody got to.
Bryant and O'Neal went on to win 3 straight titles from 2000 to 2002. The Lakers were really one of the most dominant teams when Shaq and Bryant were on the court. Bryant might have won 3 titles with Shaq, but he also won another one in 2009. However, what really sealed his championship pedigree was Game 7 of the 2010 NBA Finals. The Lakers were up against the Boston Celtics. Stat-wise, Kobe didn't have a great Game 7. He only scored 23 points on 6 of 24 shooting, and he added 15 rebounds. Still, he carried the team throughout the course of the finals and secured himself his second straight NBA Finals MVP. He averaged 28.6 points per game throughout the course of that series.
"Need to travel before I'm up on my feet again," said the Aussie, referencing how his explosiveness is amplified by his smaller frame. His expertise in using that frame comes from his childhood. As the champ recalls, being the family baby. Fighting bigger, older siblings his entire life has taught him the secrets of fighting guys bigger and stronger than himself. And he's done that a few times in the past. Volkanovski's title run was a thing of beauty. Once our boy from Perth racked up a 5-fight win streak in the UFC, he'd left impressive.
The Lakers fought tooth and nail for that title win, and luckily for them, they got it. Did you know that Kobe Bryant made free throws with a torn Achilles tendon? That's right, just when you thought he couldn't get any cooler. Kobe was playing a close match against Golden State in April 2013. He fell to the ground and grabbed the back of his left ankle. He was then quickly rushed off the court, but you could see he couldn't put any weight on his left foot. The then 34-year-old didn't leave, though.
23 now with that making the 4:50 to play. Kobe going one-on-one. Kobe for three. Count if it goes. It doesn't go, but he's going to go to the line and shoot 3 free throws to get to 79.
He stayed in the game and made 2 free throws to tie the game. After tying the game 109 to 109, he hobbled off to the locker room. Later, it was revealed that he tore his Achilles tendon, and it's well known that it's one of the most devastating injuries an NBA player can get. And don't forget, it hurts like hell. The fact that he stayed in the game to make those free throws only cements his legacy as a player that will do anything to get the win, injury or not. Sadly, after this injury, Kobe wasn't the same. In his final few seasons, he didn't play as well as he used to. Repeatedly, the team didn't make it to the playoffs. So after several losing seasons, Black Mamba decided it was time to retire. So as the 2016 season came to an end, we thought it was going to be another iffy match for Kobe. But wow, were we wrong. Kobe saved his best for last. In his final game as a Laker, Bryant embraced his inner Cher and turned back time. He scored 60 points, his highest total for the season.
Stoudemire hurries to the front court. They don't want to foul him, and he hits the layup.
Before a sold-out Staples Center crowd, Bryant showed us what he was made of: his persistence, toughness, and most importantly, his talent. Before he went off the court, he said, "Mamba out," and blew a kiss to the crowd. What a way to end your career. Kobe did a lot of things for the NBA world, but one of his most iconic moments came when he did absolutely nothing. What do we mean? In 2010, there was an altercation between Kobe and Matt Barnes. The two bumped into each other, and a few words were said. In the middle of this heated exchange, Matt took the ball from the ref and wanted to pass it inbound. But Bryant was a brick wall standing in front of him. Barnes faked throwing the ball directly into Kobe's face. For most of us, it's a natural instinct to flinch when something is coming straight to our faces, but Kobe didn't move a muscle. He didn't even flinch a bit. This stone-like demeanor cemented his reputation as a stone-cold star without any fears. Kobe was one of the best players in the NBA. He won a lot of titles. But did you know he also won an Oscar? He had a brilliant basketball career, but his trophy-winning days weren't done yet. In 2018, he won the Oscar for Best Short Animated Film for Dear Basketball, which he wrote and narrated. The short film was directed and animated by Glenn Keane and scored by composer John Williams. I highly recommend giving it a watch if you haven't yet. The film was based on a poem Bryant wrote for the Players Tribune in 2015. It conveys his love for the game and why he opted to retire in 2016. We're glad we got to see such an amazing career from Kobe Bryant. And it was a sad day when he passed away. May he and his daughter rest in peace.